I've returned to Netherfield Lagoons Nature Reserve, and I really had to film this for you. It's the first finding for me of quite a rare plant in this country. It's called the Maiden pink, Dianthus deltoides, and I came here this morning. I never expected to see this. What a beautiful flower with a beautiful scent, commonly grown in rockeries, but this is definitely the wild form growing here at Netherfield Lagoons. Really pleased to see this. It's a first for me. And I've climbed over the stile now to look at the most amazing wildflower meadow I've seen, I think probably ever. And this is Netherfield's Lagoons in the beginning of July. And here's the first gentian, yellowwort. Look at the beautiful yellow flowers clustered and the silvery green leaves joined together around the stem. And this plant is in the gentian family. It's called Blackstonia, and I did see one earlier on at Wilwell Farm, but nowhere near as many as there are here. And as you look out, you can see just how many flowers there are of different kinds. More Blackstonias over there, wild carrot, knapweed. Let's just have a look around, see if we can find anything really interesting. And I'm just walking through down a bank here. It's not particularly steep, but really I'm expecting there to be orchids here, though it might be a bit late for them now. Might not be any, they might have all gone over. But I always live in hopes when I'm looking at wildflowers, and when I've already found something as great as Maiden pink, I keep thinking I might be lucky for the rest of the walk. And here's another really nice plant in the geranium family, Geranium pratense, I think it is, meadow cranespill. Not a rare plant, but with a beautiful colour, and always nice to see it. It's quite common around Nottingham, in fact. And if we go down to look down there, we can see the lagoons themselves, which are a great attraction for twitchers and bird watchers, of course. I'm not really here for the birds, I'm here for the plants. And I never really take a great interest in birds, except when I see they're becoming rare and when they're being affected by climate change. If we look up there, you can hear the birds. They're all seagulls. And the land is a bit barer here, not so much to see, but plenty of knapweed here and plenty of yellow rattle that's just gone over. I've got a feeling I'm going to find something really interesting, but I haven't come across it yet here. I was really looking for chalk fragrant orchids. Now, they're not listed as being present at this site, but those orchids are becoming particularly common now. Why that is, I don't know, but let's see here. Quite often you find interesting plants growing by the fence. I don't know really why that is. Maybe they get more water running off. I don't know, but those birds are really noisy. And I said about finding another gentian. I know they're here, but where I'm walking at the moment, there don't seem to be any. The amount of flowers has reduced in this part of the... oh, here we are. The flowers aren't open though. This is common centauri. and it's another member of the Gentian family. The flowers aren't open yet, they tend to open a bit later in the day, and there are a few of them around here. Again, they're evading detection because the flowers don't open until later. No sign of any orchids at all. They tend to stand out because they're a little bit taller and a bit paler pink than the knapweed. Ah, here we have a centauri whose flower is open. Hope you can see that. They've got 5-starred flowers, all gentians. Well, not all. Some gentians have 4-lobed corollas, but the ones in this country tend to have 5. Now here we have an orchid. Here we have an orchid now. This would be, I think, a southern marsh orchid. The flowers have gone over as I predicted they would, and they'll be setting seed. There's some evidence of good seed set there, lots of seed pods developing. So there should be more of these plants on this site, I'm hoping next year. Really nice to see them. Unfortunately they've gone over. Lots of these nice grasses here. I don't really know what they are. I'm not a big expert on grasses, but there are loads of these here. Loads of them. You can see them all coming up there, nodding in the wind. And here's another centauri. Again, the flowers fully opened now. Why the ones earlier on weren't opened, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop the video here. Look at these centauries have developed a fantastic patch. Fantastic. Well, I don't believe this. Look at all these orchids here. I can't believe how many there are. Look, they go all the way up there, and they're mostly common spotted, but you can tell because of the spots on the leaves. Look at them, they go all the way down there as well. There's one here too. But this one here, it's got spots on the leaves, but it looks more like a southern marsh orchid, but this one must be a hybrid, I think. It must be. But these are absolutely beautiful. Look, they're pale white. They're much paler than the plants at King's Meadow. And these really have the basic structure and leaf patterning of common spotted orchids. And there must be about close to 100 of them in this site, just up the bank in Netherfield Lagoons. What a fantastic discovery and find. These plants are all in pristine condition. Hopefully you can see the flowers close up there. Okay, common spotted orchids, nice to see them. Another find, we have pyramidal orchids here. A number of them, in fact a clump. And down there, I'm not going to go all the way down there, there are scores of pyramidals growing down there. Hopefully you can see the pink spikes on the video. I'm not going down there because I don't need to, but as you can see, these pyramidals have almost finished flowering now. So ideally I should have come a month or so earlier to catch these at their best, but they're still quite distinctive. It's the shape of the flower head, the pyramidal shape, that attracts you to them. And as I say, there are loads of them down there. I hope you can see. And yeah, there are loads of them. I'm not going to try and magnify it because hopefully you can see them. So I've seen a lot of orchids this year, and you know, I've been wondering why there are so many about and so easy to find. They do seem to be becoming increasingly common, which maybe is a little surprise with what we know is going on in the environment at the moment. But who knows, I might find even more yet. Just to tidy up on this video now, very nice clump of musk thistles. They're the first one I've seen on this site. I've seen them, of course, at Colic Lakes, but there are more musk thistles here than there were there. Nice to see them, and some flowers still to come out. The typical musk thistle flower is always nodding, and that's really how you can tell it from other thistles. And other thistles' heads do nod, but they're not as large as the musk thistle flower. It's really quite large, about 2 inches across. And as I approach the end, what do we have here but a wonderful bed of Hypericums, St. John's wort. And if any of you are into herbs, you'll know that this plant has been used commercially and medically for treating depression. It's quite effective and powerful, but it does have some side effects. So that's St. John's wort, Hypericum perforatum. Here's a seagull that doesn't want to find its nest. Well, I finally get to sit down after clocking up well over 10,000 steps this morning, and I don't think it's even 10 o'clock yet, maybe 10:30, I don't know. But this has been a beautiful visit. I hope you enjoyed it. If you stayed to the end, I'm really grateful if you did. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. I doubt if there are going to be any more orchid videos this year. I don't think I'll be seeing any more, but hopefully there'll be something else interesting to talk about in the plant world. So thanks for watching again.